We're going to begin now with more on Senator Kamala Harris making history as Joe Biden's running mate, the third woman ever to be chosen as a vice presidential candidate. We will speak exclusively with the second woman, Sarah Palin, in just a few moments. But first, Rachel Scott is in Washington outside Senator Harris's apartment with more on her family now being thrust into the national spotlight. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, Amy, good morning. Yes, this run for the White House is a family affair, and it could be one for the history books. Senator Kamala Harris has certainly ticked off a lot of firsts during her political career. And while she says being vice president would be great, being a stepmom, or as the kids call her, Mamala, is what means most.
I couldn't be prouder to be by his side.
As Kamala Harris and Joe Biden team up for a historic run, they're not the only ones in the spotlight. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, could also be breaking new ground.
Doug, you're going to have to learn what it means to be a barrier breaker yourself in this job you're about to take on. America's first second gentleman.
Emhoff posing with Dr. Jill Biden Wednesday at the first Biden-Harris event, tweeting, "Here we go." Dr. Biden and Emhoff joined their spouses on Zoom earlier this week.
Yes, let me get him. Hey, Dougie, we're going to have fun.
Jill, we're ready to go to work. We're ready to put all on the line for you.
Harris now stepping into her most high-profile role yet, becoming the first black woman and Asian American on a major party ticket, with Emhoff by her side. The lawyer turned political spouse quickly embraced Harris's political aspirations. Once even jumping on stage when a protester grabbed the microphone out of his wife's hands. Joining Harris for her historic announcement with a message that he's ready to work. Also gearing up for their moment on the national stage, Harris's stepchildren, Cole and Ella.
And I cannot wait for America to get to know my husband, Doug, and our amazing kids, Cole and Ella. My family means everything to me.
Their kids giving Harris her favorite title of all, Mamala.
Vice president will be great, but Mamala will always be the one that means the most.
Harris not only hit it off with the kids, but with their mother, Kirsten, too, becoming friends with her husband's ex-wife, often joking that their modern family is a bit too functional.
We have a very modern family. My husband's ex-wife, the kid's mother, and her mother came to our house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, good. You got to get her in line. You know, you got to make sure. Bring everyone into the circle.
And Harris is a child of divorce herself, so she said she understood how hard it could be to watch a parent move on. But during her childhood, she said it was her mother, an immigrant from India, who was her guiding force. She would often tell Harris that while she might be the first to do a lot of things, that she needs to make sure that she's not the last. Amy?
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. And now that ABC News exclusive, joining us now is Governor Sarah Palin and John McCain's running mate in 2008. Governor Palin, thanks for being with us. I know you congratulated Kamala Harris on Instagram, and you gave her some advice based on your experience as a vice presidential candidate. Among the bits of advice you gave, don't forget the women who came before you. What should she remember about you and Geraldine Ferraro?
Well, you know, I would like to think that both Geraldine Ferraro and I, in our respective parties, we were able to kind of bust down some doors and show some American voters who perhaps were hesitant to believe that women are capable of doing a whole lot of things all at once. You know, I had just had a baby, and my oldest son was enlisted in the Army. He was headed off to his first deployment. I had a teenage daughter who was pregnant. In case you didn't notice that one on the front page of the National Enquirer, had a lot of family things going on. And in addition to that, though, being able to serve the great state of Alaska as governor, and Geraldine Ferraro, too, in her run, being able to do so much in her personal life and in her political and professional life. I think we were able to show some voters, again, who maybe are kind of Neanderthal-ish and not believing that women are capable of doing a whole lot at once. We were able to prove that.
Governor Palin, obviously you and Senator Harris are on the opposite sides of the political aisle. What made you decide to want to reach out to her?
You know, I had a great discussion with Geraldine Ferraro when I was chosen. I called her, and we were able to kind of bond over, you know, this unique experience that she had had and that I was ready to have. So, you know, I wish that more more women would have reached out to me at the time. Because, you know, it was a tough job, of course, running for that office. Kamala, she's more, I think she's in a better position in terms of what to expect than I or Geraldine Ferraro back in the day, because again, you know, people have come before her to be able to run. And here, you know, we see the big feminist list of women who've already come out to support her and kind of saying, you know, hey, media, keep your hands off her when it comes to some issues that maybe you're gearing up to attack her for. Nobody did that for me. Nobody did that for Geraldine. So she has a bit of a privilege there, and you know, we'll see how she handles that. But I hope that the media will treat her candidacy not as personally rough as they treated mine, because a lot of the coverage of me was quite unfair. And I'm not saying that as a victim or a whiner. I'm saying that as fact. And, you know, I hope that they will treat her fairly, but at the same time, no kid gloves. You know, the American voter wants to know that we have the most capable people running and who will be elected, regardless of gender, regardless of race.
Governor Palin, you also gave a couple other bits of advice to Senator Harris. You said, don't get muzzled and have fun. Were you able to accomplish both in your run?
I had so much fun, you know, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was just the most amazing experience to get to see America, to get to see Americans and who it is that makes this country so great. As for being muzzled, no, the folks who ran the McCain-Palin campaign, they wanted to muzzle me. You know, I tried to go rogue earlier than we actually got to go rogue and let these campaign managers know, I'm chosen for a reason, to be able to serve based on my experience and my administrative talents and hard work, the work ethic, and that I represent. And yeah, some campaign managers, they sure attempted to muzzle, and for a while there I was muzzled. So I hope that she doesn't go through that. I hope that, you know, she stands strong and reminds campaign managers, you know, you don't know any more than anybody else. You know, you guys, too many of them are in it for a business. They're in it for a season, not a reason. So hopefully she won't let them muzzle her.
Well, Governor Sarah Palin, we certainly appreciate you joining us today and your time this morning. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Whit?